Bridgeworks, as part of the Sisters of Mercy, has a focus on helping those people with limited opportunity achieve their goals through training and ultimately opening doors to employment. The Narayen property is a working property of around about 9,000 hectares in close proximity to the catchment areas of the Wide Bay and the Sunshine Coast, which gives us access to people who are looking for opportunities into regional Australia. Some of the key employment challenges that we took into consideration in designing the program were around, one, the need to mobilise underutilised workforce on the coast and prepare them for the realities of working in regional Australia. Also, the need for an ongoing supply of skilled labour for the resource sector itself, but also for those regional communities that were adversely affected by the labour draw. And thirdly, the unprecedented demand for Indigenous employees to fulfil the participation expectations that had been set down by the federal government. The project itself emerged out of the acknowledgement that while people were drawn into the resource and mining sector by the increased income earning capacity, they weren't necessarily prepared for the realities of what that meant, living away from their families and communities for extended periods of time.
Through my experience with working remotely and with mine sites, I have seen people obtain employment and are very excited about working in the resource industry or mining industry, to actually go out on site work, and within a week decide to leave because of the remoteness, and had no idea that it was going to be like that. With this Bridgeworks program, it is giving a taste of how it will be. With the Indigenous community, Indigenous person myself, I do understand the family structures on communities, being from a community myself, and I do understand the dynamics, family makeup, and what issues do arise and how to handle those issues. And I think with my experience and speaking to the younger ones and the not so younger ones, to say the way I handle it is this way, and support them through that process. Other programs that I've seen didn't have that support.
Our participants have come from Maryborough, Hervey Bay and Bundaberg. After that initial information session and interviews, that was followed the following week by drug testing and a family information session. The family information session is to put as much support around the participants as possible. Then 2 weeks after that, they started their training here at Narayen. They're all transported out here on Monday mornings, which of course helped in building that camaraderie. A lot of them did know each other, but they've all been taken out of their comfort zones and put into a situation where they'd have to rely on each other, not just themselves.
Yeah, well, they've all come out here green, no experience with machinery. We've done some theory work with them on the machines, and then we've come out and done a couple of weeks practical work with them. So they've virtually gone from having no experience to being quite competent on the machines now. And it's been really rewarding for us as trainers to see the progress in them too.
The competencies they've gained are not only moving dirt from one pile to another, they're actually building roads on these 20 to 30 kilometres of flood-stricken roads out here. These are hands-on training, hands-on skills. As this exactly what they've been doing for the last 2 weeks is what they would be doing on a road crew.
So this program is not just about developing skills that apply to the resource sector, but it's also about employability skills that can be utilised in agriculture and local councils.
I heard about this through my job agency, which was Narayen, and they gave me the opportunity to come up here to do this course. I went for the interview, and I was one of the lucky ones that was selected, and so I've taken the advantage to come up here and pick up a few more skills on the machinery and get licensed out for them.
I mean, Narayen is keen to support anything, you know, with the Indigenous employment programs. Probably, I mean, there's quite a few benefits of doing this course, but you know, the job preparation, the mentoring as well, particularly with the Indigenous, I mean, that's going to be a benefit to them because it's not just skills training, it's cultural training as well. The mentoring, there's real life work experience where they're actually getting their hands dirty and doing what we're training them to do. It's not just academic in a classroom. And then, of course, there's the employment that is the absolute icing on the cake.
Ever since I was young, I pretty much wanted to be an operator, and just when I heard about the chance of getting some tickets, I pretty much jumped at it because I knew I could probably complete it and get a ticket out of it. Just, yeah, I was pretty stoked to finally finish it.
With regards to who we've referred to the program, I mean, they're people that we've screened, we've discussed what it really means to work in the mining industry, you know, socially, culturally, for their families. And the people that we put forward are the ones that have come up trumps with that.
In all cultures, moving away from home, it is hard. It is hard, especially going away for an amount of time. But when you have other Indigenous workers out there who actually become your friend and someone to talk to, it makes it easier.
It's an excellent program for people to participate in, and the participants that are successful in this program, I think it's entirely the ball's in their court. We will support them 100% throughout the program, and also looking for employment and once employed to support them as well. It basically comes back to the participants themselves to put 100% in on their behalf.
If it wasn't for Bridgeworks and, you know, this place out here, we wouldn't be, you know, doing this sort of stuff. It's helping a lot of Indigenous, you know, and non-Indigenous people getting jobs, you know, in the mining sectors, and it's good, you know. So just, you know, like just seeing all these young kids just going to jail and doing silly stuff.
You can be like a role model for your kids too, to come out here and do these sort of projects. That's what, you know.
Yeah, since we've started it, we've got 3 of our kids in doing courses for the mines now. So,
yeah.
And I think if we didn't start doing this, they wouldn't have done it. They would have been at home with us sitting around.
That's why when we go back to Bundaberg, we can tell, you know, more people about what Bridgeworks is doing to help, you know, non-Indigenous and Indigenous people. You know, that you can come out here and do this sort of stuff. You know, work together and, you know, you'll get something out of it.
I have seen a difference from when I first met these guys 6 weeks ago to now. Their confidence levels are up there. They do see that there is a future for them, and that they do recognize that there is a lot of the skills that the competencies they've taken away from them does increase their employability.
So at Bridgeworks we are committed to working with employers because we need to ensure that the training programs we develop link realistically back to the opportunities which are emerging. So any employers that are interested in working with us on that, they can certainly gain more information by visiting our website. So our vision for Narayen is it becomes a recruitment centre of choice for employers where they can visit and recruit direct from site after viewing people's demonstration of skills, and have a degree of confidence and knowledge that anyone that they recruit from Narayen has the very best skill development to prepare them for working in remote communities.